Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's the second week of June 2012. I wanted to go over some comments and things that have come up on my Facebook, my Twitter, and most importantly, my YouTube channel. First off, on Facebook, you can search for me on Facebook, Race Grooves. Just search, you'll find me. I do have an account, but I really use that account to post my videos. So this way, if you're on Facebook all the time, you can add me as a friend or really like my Facebook page on racegrooves.com. And so my daily video, or when I let you know, it'll show up in your Facebook feed. But for the most part, YouTube. I'm on YouTube. My focus is on YouTube. If you ask me questions through Facebook and Twitter and stuff, you know what? Those are second and third. My focus is YouTube. The people who ask me questions on YouTube or comment on YouTube first. But I do have Twitter and Facebook. If you would like to follow me there, just search for Race Grooves. On Facebook, HW Steve H sent me a note saying, hey, congratulations for being nominated for the Hall of Fame Awards, the Diecast Hall of Fame. And I said, what? So sure enough, I went to diecasthall.com, and there it was. They have me. I was nominated under the People's Choice category. I'm one of the people there. So if you'd like, go to Diecast Hall, that's DIECAST. I'm going to put it on the screen. Diecasthall.com. And there are several categories, and they have me as one of the people under the People's Choice category. I appreciate being nominated. It's kind of nice to be appreciated for who you are and to be recognized. There's some other people. There's a diecast designers category, and I think you have to vote for one person in each category, no matter what. I think that's how it is. But anyways, I cast my vote for Howard Rees because, as you see here, he did the noodle head. So here's a picture of the noodle head there. That's by one of my number one models, just because it is the fastest red line, one of the fastest Hot Wheels ever. Diecast entrepreneurs. Two people of note are Mike Strauss and Scott Myers. Mike Strauss, he basically created the Hot Wheels conventions. So without a doubt, he has been a major force in that area, getting collectors together. And Scott Myers, he created the Hot Cases. He also has the Scoomer website. But, Hot Cases is what we use to hold our cars here. Hotcases.com. I voted for Scott. He's a friend of mine, and you know what? Without his Hot Cases, I would not be happy. I hope he keeps making it for a long time. Diecast historians. Robert Graves. He does South Texas Diecast. He was my choice. Now, intriguing collectors, kind of interesting, because they got someone for Hot Wheels and then old red lines and Matchbox. And you can decide between Frank Hamilton. People would know him as Frank Hamill on HWC. Anita Smith, she has a website, Chick Lou's Fabulous Redlines, I think. You can search for CFR Anita Smith, and it should come up in Google. And Jim Gallegos, he does the annual Matchbox Gathering of Friends. He's been doing that for over 10 years. Jim Gallegos, a huge Matchbox collector, been collecting a very long time. So my vote went to Jim, but you guys can decide. The RAOK, Dan Miller, Living Low, great guy on the boards. People Choice, well, I think I had to vote for me. Cars and Castings, you can choose between the 67 Camaro and the Dairy Delivery. And TV and movie cars, you got the Mach 5 and the Batmobile. And it's interesting, they didn't distinguish which Batmobile, so I voted for Mach 5 because there's one Mach 5. Anyways, thanks, Steve, for letting me know. I think he was part of nominating. He sent letters and stuff saying to consider me. I appreciate that. Thanks. Thanks a bunch, Steve. Now, on to other things. Let's see. Heather wrote me and said her boy Colin in Canada said, why didn't I open up the bad guys? The Pixar bad guys. Why didn't I open them up? Well, Colin, I'm afraid they're collectibles, and, they're really not meant as toys. There's one. Now Vladimir. There we go. Now we got them, open them up. And like I said, they're collectible, so you got to make sure that you keep them nice. Because, you know, they might be worth millions and millions of dollars later on. Or maybe not. Maybe you just enjoy them. Because, after all, they are toys, you know. Oi! Gonna hurt my finger. Whee! Crash. He's too small. He don't work on this set. So let's see. What else do we have here? Hummer2SUT. There was a discussion about the, I did the El Caminos, on how there's a variation in the color. These were in the mystery models. You can tell the different colors. Well, they came from different batches. And he had mentioned that, you know, sometimes it's because of the paint spray. And he's absolutely correct. Now, these were made 2 separate weeks. Weeks apart. 2 different times they were made. So, you know, when you mix the paint and they mix the paint, it could come up a little bit different. But if you look at these two here, these 2 cars here were made at the same time. And if you look at the color, they're definitely 2 different. There's a distinct difference in the bottom one. They both have the base code of D39. So sometimes what happens is they have all these cars all lined up. I think they're on stick. I think they're still attached to the metal. I'm not positive, but you know they have them all hung up or whatever, and then they come by and they paint. Well, you know, the ones that are on the end, they might get a little more or a little less just because when it comes here and then it goes back. These guys might get twice as many passes. They go 1, 2. Well, you see, when this one's getting the second pass, this guy here, he only got 1. So then it goes back over there, and then comes back 3, and this guy's only going to get a second. Then it's going to come back over here, and then this guy's already on his 4th. So the ones on the end could get less paint just because they're on the end of the production line. So absolutely Hummer2SUT. There is paint variations in the same batch, and that's basically how they're sprayed when they are produced. Christina Angelopolous. She wrote me and asked on YouTube. She asked a question. She said, what's the deal with treasure hunts? You know, sometimes they say TH, sometimes they say treasure hunts. She didn't understand. So treasure hunts started in 1995, and there was only 12 a year. And they started with rubber tires in the beginning, and then 96, some had plastic. But anyways, they kind of change from year to year how they do the program. And a few years ago, they started making regular treasure hunts and super treasure hunts. You would have a treasure hunt, the same treasure hunt, let's just say Ferrari or whatever. You'd have a basic Ferrari and it'd have plastic wheels, and then you'd have a super Ferrari with rubber tires and a special paint job. And on the side of the card, it would still say treasure hunt. Oh, here we go. On the side of the card, now see, this one here, this is not it, but for a while it would say treasure hunt right here on the side, but it would be a green stripe. So that's how everybody knew they were treasure hunts, because it was green stripe and it said treasure hunt. So now this year, 2012, still has a green stripe. On the bottom it says right there treasure hunt. That's for the treasure hunt series, just like all the other series that they have. And so those are the basic treasure hunts. But this year what they changed is they changed that the supers are not the same car that was the basic. So whereas for the last few years you'd have a super Ferrari and a basic Ferrari, this year you got your basic treasure hunt, but the super treasure hunt is not going to be one of the treasure hunt models that was released as a basic. So I had showed you already this car here, the 67 Chevelle. Now see, this was a basic release. These were all over the place like this. Well, it came out as a super. Now this one's a little hard to tell that the paint job's a little bit different. But the main difference is that the Chevelle, the Super Chevelle, it says Treasure Hunt right here in the back. You can see it says Treasure Hunt. It had rubber tires. And so see, a collector would know, they would look, it got rubber tires, says Treasure Hunt. Sometimes they put TH, I think sometimes they don't. But you know, when you look at the package, you can't even necessarily notice on the package the difference between, if you were to see this, just looking at the package, it doesn't say Treasure Hunt on it, it doesn't say Super, it doesn't have a dollar sign, it has no indication it's a special car or package, just like this, right? But you see, if you know what's the Super, you know what to look for. We knew that the Super had a painted, see the difference? The Super had a paint stripes on top, and the Basic did not. The package reflected what the car looked like. So, as collectors, we knew what to look for. You want to look for a car that has better paint and rubber tires. And most of the time it's got TH or Treasure Hunt on it. This was from May. Here you have the 69 Camaro. Here you have the 69 Camaro. On the bottom, Muscle Mania. On the bottom, Muscle Mania. Same. But you see the Super had stripes on the hood. The regular one did not. And it's a little hard to tell again with the paint job. But this one has a little bit of a different paint job. But it definitely has rubber tires. Okay, so this is the Super. But otherwise, no green stripe. Doesn't say Treasure Hunt or nothing. Now, I kind of don't like to talk too much about it because there's employees out there and people who, you know, they just take the stuff out of the cases and then collectors can't find them. Now, sure, you can be an employee and be a collector. I understand that. And yes, I've done a couple pallet raids and I took everything. But I've done it twice in 10 years, I guess. So, okay, so I got a score. But the main thing, I think it's great news that they're going to stop using the, that they went away from the Supers having green stripes on the cards, because now we got to know what to look for. The stockers, they look, no green stripe, put it on the peg. There you go, Super right on the peg, and a collector or whoever can find it. Now, there's still scalpers and resellers, and they'll still be all picked up, so you still got to go to the store. You can't just expect to walk into the store. And I'm not talking to Christina at this time. I'm talking to everybody. You can't expect to walk in the store and find Supers just hanging around. Okay? There's a lot of people collecting. A lot. So, there you go, Christina. That's the difference. Basic Treasure Hunts have green stripes. Says Treasure Hunt Series or Treasure Hunt on the bottom. And Supers will be a regular car from the regular release. But it'll have special paint job. Might have TH or Treasure Hunt on the body. A little tampo, a little sticker, and or paint imprint, and rubber tires. So far, all of them had rubber tires. There you go, Christina. Leo Bussy, how big of a car can the drone sweeper take? I don't know. Let's check it out. But before I do that, I had to take my daughter to go down to get her car worked on. On the way back, hit up a Walmart over there by the 5 and the 605 freeway. Said, well, let's stop over. Can't believe it. Found the E1. I was so stoked. I just sat there and I go, look. And she's like all embarrassed. I go, it's right there, look. She's a little embarrassed. I got this one too. I'll make a separate video for this. I have not bought this one yet, but I picked that one up. So, drone sweeper. Leo asked, how big of a car can I put in the drone sweeper? So let's go ahead and check it out. Now, you've seen that I put regular cars in there. Excuse me, back up, excuse me. Now, here we have the armored car. All right, so it's taller than most cars. It does work in boosters, by the way. You could put it through the boosters, loops, and curves. But as you can see, it's taller than other models. But it has metal base, plastic body. It works in the boosters. So we're going to go ahead and try this one and see how it will work in the drone sweeper. Ready? Here we go. There you go. Went right in, no problem. Houston, we have a problem. Too big. Look, it's stuck. Now I gotta get that thing out of there. Thanks, Leo. I'll be talking to you later. Okay, let's see what else. Now, I'm going to kind of start doing the separate videos highlighting questions that people have asked, because I think it's good to focus on them in a video and make like a vlog or whatever you want to call it. And so this way everybody can learn. And on that note, when people come to the videos, be sure to read the comments that other people are putting, because sometimes your question is in those comments. Because the videos now, what I do is I upload it, and I try not to ask any questions for a day or two, because I want you guys to post your comments, and then I'll come by later on, a day or two, and then I'll respond. This way I can do them all in one swoop. It's more time efficient for me, because really I want to focus on making videos, providing entertainment for those who like to check out a video every day. So, Jlozada23, he asked about the 67 Camaro. And you know, there's all this, we all like to collect special things, and you know, errors are kind of neat. I gotta be careful, I'm messing up my supers. So we like to find errors, but some errors, for whatever reason, seem to command a higher value or interest. So the 67 Camaro, he asked, I think that's the X-ray version of the 67 Camaro. He asked, the blue 67 Camaro from the 1999 X-ray series, is it supposed to have a painted engine? Because he needs to know if it's worth anything. For whatever reason, people go gaga over painted engine 67 Camaros. It's just an error. When they were making the car, the engine stayed open, and when they were painting, not the engine, the hood stayed open, they were painting the body, the hood's open, there goes paint right on the engine. It's an error. It's all it is. If you want to pay more just because a little bit of paint spray got on the engine, have at it. It's up to you. You do what you want to do. So I have a handful of these, and as you can see, you see the overspray right there? It's not on the whole engine. Look at the back, right? But yeah, it's got a painted engine. What's it worth? I don't know. How much are you gonna give me? I don't sell. I'm just kidding. I don't trade, and I don't sell. Let's see, what else do we have? Jlozada23, thanks for asking. Now I can get that out there. Talking about painted engine 67 Camaros. In my opinion, and in many collectors' opinion, it's just an error. Let's see what else we have. Somebody said that they're looking for something on eBay, whatever it was, okay? And the seller said it was limited to 520 pieces or something. You know what? If an eBay seller tells you something, you got to back it up, because they're trying to sell it. They might not necessarily be telling you the truth. This I had showed you the ZAMAC Woody, 40s Woody the other day. Well, here we have the ZAMAC 3-window 34. No paint. No paint. It just has a clear coat to protect the metal from rusting or whatever, getting corrosion. Now, at the 1998 convention, some Mattel's employees were saying these were limited to 500 pieces. Okay? You look on the package, it says nothing about 500 pieces. I was there at that convention. They kept bringing out case after case after case. I didn't stand there the whole time, but you know, certain models are fan favorites. And 67 Camaro. I think there was a VW Bug. I have the Viper. But anyways, certain collector favorites kept selling out, and they would just bring out more cases. I didn't stand there and count how many cases. But let me tell you, Mattel don't make only 500 of anything. Okay? In order for them to do up the thing, even though they didn't paint it, right? They still have to put the Hot Wheel temple on the back end there, right? So that means they had to set up the machine for each one for 500 and just do only 500 pieces. All right? I don't believe it when Mattel told us, and this is not official, it was just they said on the side, you won't find any proof, no written, that there were 500 pieces. But unless it's on the package, don't believe what anybody tells you. Okay? It's got to be in print. Two more. No, last one. Tortoise Tom. I did my unboxing of the LLN LLN case, and he noticed a cool error. I didn't even notice it. 4GTX1, no tampo. Actually, somebody else noticed it does have a tampo. It's just too far down. I went through other cases, and see, the tampo is supposed to be like that on the side. This one is just too low. Almost missed the whole car. And then tonight after work, I went to Walmart to get I'll buy another one just so you could see exactly what it's supposed to be like. And then I go to Walmart, and wow, DeLorean. Woohoo! So yeah, it looks like Walmart, they're either getting some old stock or maybe they're digging it out of the warehouse, because I found that DeLorean today. When I took my daughter earlier in the week, I found the E1, okay, and that's been, I think that's been out for months. Target's had them months ago. There's even on eBay, there's even a blue E1 now on eBay, and I'm just barely finding the gold black one there. Very cool. So anyways, I'll wrap it up. There's some Q&A from different sources that I've gotten, and I share with all of you. Don't forget, Diecast Haul. If you throw me a vote or other people a vote, hey, why not, right? Appreciate some people that you know in the hobby, and I let you know some people I know. So if you don't, you can take that into consideration as well. Also, if you go to my website, you'll notice on the right-hand column, I have referrals, like these jammers right here. If you need the jammers case, I have a referral link for these creative option. They call them creative option now, but they were, we call them jammers because that's what we use to keep our Hot Wheels in, and they changed it. They can't call them jammers no more. They got to change it. But anyways, you can buy it off. You can go through the link on my website. It'll take you to Walmart, and Walmart.com. You buy them for $9. And it does, if you go through my website, it's $9. If you go to Walmart.com, it's $9. The difference is if you go through my website, I get 4 pennies. For every dollar you spend, I get 4 pennies. And you know, it's a little something. If you appreciate the videos that I make for you, if they help you make better buying decisions, and I also have some playsets there too. So if you can't find them in the store, like the Batman playset right there, the Batman edition of the wall tracks, follow the link on my website, take you to Walmart.com. You can pay to have them ship it to your house, or for free, they'll ship it to your nearest Walmart, and you can pick it up there, and you don't even pay shipping. You pay the same price, and you don't pay for shipping. You just pick it up over there. It's actually nicer that way, because sometimes the store's a mess, and you can't find nothing. So it's nice. You just go to their ship to store. They'll have a little booth or a little area called ship to store. All you do, order online, ship it to that store, go pick it up. So anyways, check out Diecast Haul. Throw some votes for some people you appreciate. And any referrals, I can take 4 pennies. 4 pennies add up. And then I got to pay taxes, so I wind up with 3 pennies. I get 3 pennies for every dollar you spend. Anyways, thanks a lot. Bye-bye.